Hi folks, it's the dude, and one of my tumblers has blown a lid. This is a problem with Thumler tumblers. Something they should actually fix. But what do you do when you blow a lid? First off, if you're heading to work, just throw the barrel into a bucket and cover it with water and take care of it later. We got a big mess on the machine we're going to have to clean up. We'll remove that motor, clean the entire thing up. Luckily it's just about the first of the month, so we're due for maintenance. So I'll clean everything up and oil it, and we'll work on a solution. I like Thumler tumblers for their ease of maintenance, but one major issue is they do blow lids. So what you do if you blow a lid, first off, strip down the base. Take off the motor, wash up everything in soap and water, except for the motor. You don't want to do that. So I've got everything stripped down, cleaned up. We reattached the motor. There's no good time to blow a lid, but the fact is this was due for a barrel change today. It was also due for routine maintenance. So if there is an opportune time to do this, today would be the day. So with everything back together, we'll go ahead and do our maintenance, which is a drop of oil next to each of the bearings. And a drop of oil in the two motor ports. And our base is cleaned up and ready to use again. So the barrel that blew the lid is the AR6. And anybody who saw my unboxing video of this knows that this is an ill-fated tumbler. It had a great issue in shipping, and I knew that I would blow a lid at some point, so I went ahead and bought an extra lid. And the problem with tumbler lids is they wear right here in the center. You can see where that's, let me get that centered better. You see where that's cracked and busted. It's because it's a plastic lid. It's fine on the edges still. The rocks kind of wear against the center like some sort of primitive drill and wear through it over time. Rubber lids I don't think do this because I think they grip the rocks and force the rocks to turn with instead of grinding against the lid. So the next thing I'm going to do is get all this mess cleaned up inside the barrel. Get ready to refill it. These are rocks that were sent to me by Michael W. So if you're wondering how your rocks are doing, Mike, this pretty well sums it up. I'm going to move a few of them along. I'm going to move these along. They're looking pretty good. We've lost a little bit of volume. I might add a little bit of ceramic media. I'm going to give them 12 tablespoons of 60-90 grit. I cut out an extra piece from the side of an old pickle bucket, and I'll fit that inside the tumbler. I might have to size this down a little. I just kind of estimated it. I think it might work. We set that alongside the rocks before we put the lid on, and that should keep the rocks from wearing against the lid as badly. I think I will reduce the size on this piece. It doesn't have to fit quite so tight. It might deform the shape of the barrel a little bit. So I'm going to take just a little bit off the outside edge, and I'll be back to put it on. I've ground down the perimeter of this inner lid a little bit so it fits a little better. I don't want it pressing out on the barrel because it may affect the seal of the actual lid. It doesn't have to cover the entire surface of this lid. It just has to kind of protect the center. And you don't want it too small because you don't want rocks to slip between this and the actual lid. So that looks like it'll do pretty good. I'm going to seal this up, get it back on the tumbler, see if it leaks. This is one of my 3-pound tumblers, also due for a change today. And you'll notice that I've been using this technique. It seems to be protecting the lid. It actually kind of adheres to the lid once everything gets running. And I haven't had to change a lid on one of these since I've started doing that. If anything, I assume that at some point this is going to wear through and I'll have to replace this inner false lid. This is also a Thumler tumbler. This is a Model B, and its lids are different than the others. Of course, there's a metal outer lid and a replaceable rubber layer on the inside. And as I mentioned before, they don't seem to wear as fast. I think because the rocks turn with it rather than grinding with it. So if anybody from Tumbler ever sees this video, do something about your lids. You can put a rubberized coating on the center of them, make them a little thicker in the center, but just do something. This is the #1 reason why people choose Loratone over Thumler tumblers. I guess that's all I have for you today. So until next time, be happy, be kind, and make your home a safe place. Bye everyone.